Welcome to week 14. Last week, in week 13, for our activity, we spent a lot of time putting together a matrix that integrated all four frames. And this is what we're going to use for our synthesis paper. I know you're all very much working on your synthesis paper, and we're submitting it this week. And I feel like that having looked at, I think, all of your synthesis matrices last week, that you just know what you're doing with this now. And you're comfortable with the frames and looking at how your HRD issue can be viewed through multiple frames. Your synthesis project is going to involve a recommendation, and your recommendation is probably going to highlight one or more of the frames more than the others. And so you might be focusing on the political frame and talking about coalitions and how you're going to combine two groups in order to better use scarce resources. And in whatever way you approach it, take a look closely at the assumptions and principles that we utilized for each of the frames and the frame papers, and how you looked through the lens of that frame and the principles and assumptions, as well as the strategies of that frame, to view your HRD issue for the paper that you submitted for that frame. Combine those and then create a bold, forward-looking recommendation that you think, were you to have a magic wand or some other means of making this happen, that you think this would be a really game-changing idea. And let's go with it. Maybe it ends up being that. Maybe you can take this idea to your leadership and it happens. But if it doesn't matter. You've given it a really good shot. And I'm eager to see what you all come up with. For this week, we're also turning to reframing change in organizations. We're reading chapter 18 and looking at the really challenging construct of change. Change is often resisted. It is not welcome. We want things to stay the same. It's sort of like the box of Tide. People want that orange box or orange color on the bag of Tide. And maybe we can change it a little bit. That's why we want to say new and improved. That's all we want. We don't want a major change. So as you think about your personal change agent reflection paper, think about how you view change, how you, as an individual contributor or leader in your organization, how you help your organization with rolling out any new change, what you can specifically do as an individual. And that's what we're going to talk about with the change agent paper, which is our last paper, the one we turn in finally. It's part of the reflection fair that we're going to have. So we're going to turn in that change agent reflection paper on week 16, and then we are going to have during the last week, our week 17, that's going to be when we showcase those ideas and talk about being a change agent in our organization. And that's going to be our final week. In between, week 15 is going to be our reframe quiz. That's going to, it's already open, so it's available for you to take if you wish to. But I think many of you are involved in your synthesis paper and haven't had an opportunity to do that, and I don't blame you. This is a very busy, challenging time. So get the paper done, then turn to the quiz. The quiz is due on the 26th, which is a Sunday. And so take your time with it. Again, you've got 2 opportunities to do it. So with that, that's the last 4 weeks. We're just entering the final bit here of our course. And it's been an exciting course. I just can't tell you how much I have enjoyed each and every one of your papers and seeing the thinking that you're coming up with. I can't wait to see your synthesis papers. All right, let's get started. Week 14.